Hello guys, welcome to the video, and today it's time for a monthly roundup on sales for the month of December. So yeah, December was a bit of a funny month for us because we make the decision to close down before Christmas. It gets to the point where I don't want items coming back because people wanted it for a Christmas present and it can't get to them in time. Or also, if you just sell one item and then you've got to travel to the post office and queue up for hours in the Christmas post, I can't be doing with it. So we closed our shop down on the 18th of December this year, and we opened it back up on the 27th, I believe. But by putting it on holiday, it's definitely slowed down our sales for January. I knew that was going to happen, but it was a convenience thing, really. And also protecting against unwanted returns as much as possible. But we'll get on and have a look at what we sold for December coming up to that point. So the first item is this Zenith ladies hand-winding watch. This is obviously a really old thing. The strap's not original. You can see it's too small, sorry, for the watch there. In really quite poor condition. It's a really old watch. I don't know, maybe from the 50s, 40s. It has age to it anyway. Zenith is a good make though. Paid £2.50 for that. I originally put it up at £50. Didn't get any interest. It's been on there for months and months and months, and I've slowly sort of reduced it down. But then I accepted an offer at £22.50. And I'm happy with that. You know, that's a good amount of profit there. Next up, we have this Tilly's Endurables men's vest of many pockets, it's called. This one, again, I took another offer on, had it up for 90 quid. I actually accepted an offer of 50 on this one. Now, you would think, why would you accept such a large drop? Well, the thing we have to consider with clothing is you've got to store the stuff for starters. We don't really have particularly good storage for clothes at this time. I didn't want it to get dusty and dirty. I just wanted it gone. We initially turned down an offer of 60 a few months ago. In hindsight, we should have just taken it. But it's, you know, it's still a lot of money for what is a second-hand jacket. Now, this one was in particularly good condition. We paid £10, we sold it for 50, so that was actually a really good purchase. Could have probably got more if I held out, but I was happy to take some profit there. Next up, we've got this JVC camcorder carrier bag. There's no camera in it, it's just the bag. That was £2.50 I paid for it, and we sold that for 20, so I was pleased with that. Next up is a Shimano chainring. This was picked up last year at the car boot sales for £1, and that sold for £8.99. But it did take quite a while to sell. Next up are these Starlight Express cassette tapes. I went through a phase of picking up cassette tapes. I was sort of having a little dabble in them, see if they're worth doing. They're really not worth doing. I've got to be honest, I saw sort of some of Nick Hill's videos doing it, and I thought, oh, you know, maybe I'll give it a go, but unless you're bundling them, they're just not worth your time. I wanted these gone because at the end of the day, you have to pay for your listings. Okay, they're bundled in with the price of a shop subscription, but you still got to pay for them. I took an offer at £2 on these. I just wanted to see the back of them, so they are gone. Next up, we've got a HP ink cartridge. That was picked up from the car boot sales last year for £2, and I sold that for £12. Next up, we've got this Folly rose gold tone and white face chronograph watch. That was picked up from the car boot sales last year for £3, and I accepted an offer on that one of 25. I'm pleased with that. I had to put a new battery in it, but that's not too bad. There's still some nice profit there. Next, we've got these Clark's Stroll Path men's shoes. Really nice condition, as you can see. I think they've probably only been worn once or so. I actually used the posing of the shoes that George Ross uses, actually. So that's a little tip I picked up from his videos on how to make them look their best. You can see the one at the back has something placed under the heel to raise it up quite nicely, and it does look very clean. It shows off the shoes really well. So I bought these for £7.50 and I took an offer of 35 on those, so I was pleased with that. Again, I didn't want them hanging around too long. We've got a Cornish Pixie Charm here. I picked that up last year for £1 at a car boot sale and I got £10.99 for that. Next we've got a set of these Bic Gelosity pens. This was a bit of retail arbitrage which I picked up from Tesco's. These were £2.13 a packet. So it's the first one to sell. Annoyingly, it hasn't got to the buyer. It wasn't sent signed for, obviously, because that wouldn't really be viable. So yeah, it hasn't arrived to them. Really quite frustrating. All I can do is refund them. And I've put the buyer on my block list. So if anyone does that to me, they go straight on the block list. No ceremony or no regrets. If an item doesn't arrive, you're on the block list. It's as simple as that. Now that might seem harsh. It's nothing personal against the buyer. Sometimes it's not going to be the buyer's fault. You know, that obviously there is scammers on eBay, but sometimes it's just going to be that the postal service in that area is particularly bad for whatever reason, or they've got a dodgy postie or whatever. So if an item doesn't arrive, you're on the block list, and that's just us limiting any further damage. If an item doesn't arrive, I certainly don't want you coming back and buying another one. So yeah, it's nothing personal. Next up, we've got this Schweizer magnifier. That was bought for £2 last year and sold for 12. We then have this large Hallmark sterling silver bird. This one I accepted an offer of 65 on, but they bought it very, very close to Christmas, and then they wanted it post to a work address, and I wasn't particularly happy about that. I didn't feel it would get there in time, and we both mutually agreed to cancel the transaction on that one. So I got my fees back and that will be sold again. Next up, we've got this ginger wafer tin. Picked that up last year for 50p and that sold for £7.50. I took an offer on that one. So I'm pleased with that. Next, we've got this Marks & Spencer's worsted jacket. This was one of the items I showed on one of my what I bought videos over on the old channel. Paid £4 for this one and I accepted an offer of 15. I was just happy for a quick turnaround on it, to be honest. HP ink cartridge, would have paid £1 for that. With the cost of postage and what I sold it for, that wasn't really worth it at all, but I've bought the stock, I've got to shift it, so yeah, that has now gone. Next, we've got this mixed gemstone necklace. I usually pick these up for about 50p. They're a very, very slow seller. They're not the greatest thing to sell, but this one was quite a nice one, and it did eventually sell after some time, so pleased to see the back of that one. Next one, we've got this Starbucks coffee mug. I bought two of these, have still got one left. They were £1.25 each. And sold at £10.99, so I'm pleased with that. And last of all, we've got another HP ink cartridge, again £4.50. I would have paid about £1 for it, or 50p. Not really worth bothering with. Next time I get these, I will probably bundle them together. I'll pick them up if they're cheap, but yeah, you got to be careful with these, and also it's well worth checking the dates. And that took us up to the 18th of December. So yeah, a bit of a funny month, December, and it's really hurt by closing the shop down and putting it on holiday. It's really hurt sales. But then January's a really slow sales month anyway, so I hope you guys are doing better than we are. It's really tough out there at the moment, but got to just keep on with it, push through it, and hope things pick up as the year goes on. We've got Valentine's coming up in February, so hopefully you might see a little boost there depending what you're selling. But yeah, alright guys, thanks for watching. I'm going to be buying more new stock. I was out at the boot sale today actually, didn't pick much up, but I did get one reasonable thing. But yeah, once I've bought a few more things from charity shops, I'll be putting up another what did I buy video. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to the car boots to start this year. I'm going to be very active in them, and I hope to have loads of new content. So apologies for the mess up with the old account. I hope you guys see these videos as I start putting them out on this new channel, because yeah, I can't do anything with that old account. It's just sort of a dead channel what I can't do anything with. So yeah, all content's going to be on this one. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll be back with another video soon.